joined now by New York Times reporter Jeremy Peters and Washington Post columnist Eugene Robinsons. There's two of you. Thank you both very much for being here. Jeremy, you have been covering these races in Ohio. I want to ask you specifically about the Nina Turner, Shontel Brown race. Folks are waiting for the first results to come in because this really is a battle between the two wings of the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right, Jonathan. And the people I've spoken to on the ground really can't overstate how acrimonious and bitter it's gotten in this final stretch, where you have a cascade of outside money and politicians from outside the district, luminaries in the Democratic Party and the progressive movement, coming in and making their case for, but mainly against, the other candidate. And they haven't really seen anything this contentious in recent times. And I think a lot of folks there are quite unsettled by it and will be glad to have it over. That said, when it's done, I don't think you're going to have, regardless of who wins, a very clear answer about which wing of the party has the momentum behind it. It's a special election, and as you well know, most special elections don't draw very much turnout, and neither side, the activist left flank of the party and the leadership in Washington, is going to concede that they've screwed this up, and they're throwing up their hands and we're waving the white flag. So I think we've got 2022 ahead of us and a lot more races like these to cover.
Mm-hmm. And Gina, I would love to get your thoughts on this, but also I am struck by how forward members of the Congressional Black Caucus have been in their comments in this race. You've got CBC Chairwoman Joyce Beatty, who said Shontel Brown would honor the rich history of the group, not be someone who fights against it while trying to make a name for themselves. Congressman Benny Thompson of Mississippi, Brown wouldn't be, quote, a single solitary know-it-all. Congressman Gregory Meeks of New York, she wouldn't, quote, come in and try to break up that unity. Gene.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is tough stuff. Look, you've got different personalities at work here too, and Nina Turner, let's face it, she's a lightning rod, or maybe a lightning bolt. I mean, she is a fiery speaker, a fiery person. To say that she doesn't mince words is really an understatement, and a lot of people, including Jim Clyburn, were offended and really ticked off by some of the things she said during the 2020 presidential campaign, including a really scatological reference to Joe Biden that didn't go
we got that headline
well in establishment land, and so they've all piled in behind Shontel Brown, but Turner has the money. She has more money than Brown. I don't know if that's going to be the determining factor. And as you said, it's a special election, an off cycle, a special election primary. So who knows what turnout is going to be like, but you expect it'll be pretty low. And so the question is, who motivates their voters to go out and vote? And we'll find out, I guess, in a little while.